Hello, everybody, and welcome to Get Creative in the Library with Canva for Education. Tonight's presentation is going to be presented by Melanie Lejeune. She is a member of the Louisiana Association.
Presentation is going to be...
I hear feedback. Is that me? Sorry.
That was me. Sorry.
I know, I do that all the time. Tonight's presentation is by Melanie Lejeune, and she's a member of the Louisiana Association of School Librarians. And in the comment section is going to be our president, Kim Levy-Howell. She is in the comment section. She'll be answering any questions you may have in the comment section. I will also be answering questions in the comment section. My name is Amanda Jones. I am the LASL Vice President. I'm a teacher librarian at Live Oak Middle School in Livingston Parish. And now I'm going to turn it over to Melanie, and I'm going to duck out of this stream and let Melanie take over. Take it away, Melanie.
Thank you, Amanda. Okay, my name is Melanie, as Amanda said, and I'm a high school librarian here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I'm so excited to be here with you this evening, and I hope you're having a great holiday break. So let's get started with Canva for Education. Now, probably a lot of you are already familiar with Canva, but if you're like me, you may not have heard that there's a Canva for Education, which has a lot of great features, and it's all free. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you go to canva.com/education and sign up for your free account. And if you have an existing Canva account, it'll just, upgrade it basically. So that's definitely something that you're going to want to do. And I am not very good at design, but Canva has really helped me out with that. And I feel like I'm a much better designer now than I was last year because of all the great features. So let's find out what you get with Canva for Education. And again, some of you may be well versed in Canva, but hopefully you'll leave this presentation with a tidbit or two, something maybe you didn't think about before. So just bear with me through here are the features. I think it's important for you to know what they are though. So with Canva for Education, you get a classroom space where you can invite students, you can manage lessons, activities, projects, you can share assignments and review student work, and it's all in one place. Your first class is created for you, but you can rename it if you'd like. So for example, on the screen, you'll see that I have a class called Library. I actually renamed this class. I think it was called what my name is, Miss Lejeune's class or something like that, whatever Canva named it. And then I just renamed it. And you don't have to invite just one class to this space. You can invite different grades, different subjects, different classes. You can even invite the whole school if you want. And you'll see later, so what I've done is I have my library class. You can have more than one class if you want, but for me, just starting out, it was easier for me to have one class, and then I have different groups in a class. And we'll talk about those groups later on in the presentation. So the other thing that you get with Canva for Education is access to thousands of educational templates for every subject, every grade, every ability. You have science and math, English, social studies, and a whole lot more. There are worksheets, lesson plans, presentations, posters, reports, and they're all ready for you to customize. One thing that I would point out to you is that you'll see what's highlighted is the filters. Make sure you take a look at those because that can really help you narrow down to what you're looking for. All right, some templates that I really love that I wanted to talk to you about are the bookmark templates. As a librarian, I'm always looking for bookmarks. Even for my high school students, they love bookmarks, something to give them seasonally. So I definitely recommend that you check out the bookmarks if you haven't already. And I've also used bookmarks as Instagram posts. So I have a library Instagram account, and I found a cute bookmark last week, and I just resized it into an Instagram post because Canva makes it so easy to do that. Let's see. Oh, there are also education templates, which I mentioned before, but here are some specific ones. So again, presentations, lesson plans, worksheets, classroom decor, virtual classroom kits. I know, when a lot of people were virtual, the classroom kit with the Bitmojis and setting up your virtual classroom was really popular. Well, they have all of that in Canva. And you can add your Bitmoji to Canva to personalize your content. And you can also do group work activities. There are infographics, student video templates. Now, I have not dived into the student video templates, but that's something that I really want to explore this spring. And there are social and emotional learning activities as well. So basically, what you're getting with Canva for Education are the pro features. And this is free, again, for educators. And so you can see the list here of all that you get. One of the bullet points that I'll point out to you is the bullet point about uploading school logos and fonts. This has been a lifesaver to me. So it's called a brand kit when you're in Canva for Education. And our school has a really strict visual identity. They want us to use the correct colors, the correct fonts and graphics. And so before, when I would create something in Word or PowerPoint, I would always have to go look up those colors because I didn't have them saved. Well, with Canva, you have access to a brand kit and you can upload those colors. And so I never have to go look for them. They're right there. I can just click on them to get them. All of my school graphics that I want to use are right there. So it makes it very easy to use. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about with Canva for Education is that, I mentioned assignments and projects with students. It's very easy to share these projects with students through Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams or from within Canva. Now, at my school, we use Microsoft Teams. That's our learning management system. And so I have shared assignments with students through Teams. Students complete the assignments at their own pace and they can turn them back in and you review them and you leave feedback. And then you can approve, or, if it's something they need to change, you send it back to them, they change it, and then you can approve it. So it's a really easy process. There are group learning activities, so you can empower student collaboration. And I have a help desk class there's a help desk period every period of the school day, except for 2 periods in the library. And these students are our first line of defense with any tech issues that arise. They're also, one of their jobs is to educate our school community on different tech tips. And so they use Canva to create those visual tech tips for us to send out to our community so that students know what to do, and you're going to see some examples later. But I have had help desk students who have collaborated on a graphic or, something that we're going to send out to the community in Canva. And so that, again, it's very easy to do. And okay, so now I want to talk to you more about your classroom space and how that works in Canva for Education. So there's a Designs tab, that's what's highlighted here. And this is where all the work in Canva that has been shared with the class is stored. Designs that haven't been shared with your entire class can be found on the left-hand side menu in all your designs. So if you want to see everything that you've created, whether it be in the class space or not, that's in all designs. But if you just want to look at what's been created in your classroom space, then you'll click the tab that's highlighted when you're in your classroom. And again, I think I mentioned you can create more than one class. I have not done that yet, but if you wanted to in order to create another class, you would click on your initials in the top right. you would go to your account settings and then billing and teams, and then you would see where you can create a new class. If you have different classes or you've been invited to work in someone else's team, all of that appears under your initials in the top right. So you can see here that I have my library class, but I also am in a team called Holiday Jar Committee. I'll tell you what that is briefly. So I have a student who has taken it upon herself to create monthly guessing games in the library. And she creates all the graphics for that. And so she actually created her own team and invited me to it. And we can work together actually, she does all the designing and I just look at it and approve it and print it. And then I'm in 2 other educators' teams. And so I can easily switch teams right here under my initials. So it's Canva, it's so easy to collaborate in Canva for education. And then the other space that is in your classroom is called People. And People is where you invite students and teachers to join your class space. So students aren't able to create Canva for Education accounts on their own. But once you invite them to your class, then they have all of those features, those pro features that you have. And if they're under 13, you'll need to get parental consent to use the platform, but it's all right there for you. So you can read more about that and how that works. I haven't had to deal with that because my students are over 13. Okay, let's look at the next space. So groups. This is what I mentioned earlier. Groups are an easy way to create classes if students from different grades or across your entire school are using Canva. With a group, you can invite students or teachers from multiple classes into one space. So like I said, I've elected to just have my one class called Library. But I have different groups. So I have a help desk group, and that's where my 12 help desk students are. I have a library advisory board, and so I've invited certain students in the library advisory board who want to design into that space. And then I'm also the National Honor Society advisor. So I have an NHS group because we have design needs as well. And then something that I did when I first started using Canva with my help desk students was to train them because, I didn't know how much experience or if they had any experience at all with Canva. And it's easy to learn, but I wanted them to all have the same basic information. And so if you're familiar with Edpuzzle, or if you're not familiar with Edpuzzle, it is a place where you can assign videos to your students and ask questions throughout the videos or put different notes in. And so we use Edpuzzle a lot at our school. And I actually found, I think by just searching in the Edpuzzle program, you can look up videos in YouTube and different platforms. And they had this design series from Canva Design Studio. And so there were, I think, about 8 videos, and they're, not long. And I just assigned those. That was a class activity that we did. It took us about a week and a half because I would just assign like a couple of videos a day and get them to design some things in Canva and let me approve them. And it was a really great, slow way to for me to get familiar with how it works to approve their designs and things, and also for them to learn different elements and tricks and tips in Canva for education. So I highly recommend that you look at that. So these are some of the things that you can use Canva for in the library. Like I said, we've used it for tech tips. I have reading challenges throughout the year, library statistics, bookmarks, social media posts. Something that our Dean of Academics has been using a lot are banners it's called Google Classroom banner template in Canva, but she discovered that it also works for Teams banners. So when we post announcements in Teams, it's always nice to have a cute visual, and we've been using those a lot to get people's attention. Newsletter images, contest. I mean, the sky's the limit, but those are just some of the things that I've used Canva for Education for. And then here are some designs from some of my help desk students. So these are some of the tech tips that they have designed and we've put out to the school community through the library Instagram account, through Teams. In our school, each class has a team. So there's a class of 2022 team, there's a class of 2023 team, and so on. And that class follows them throughout their years at St. Louis. And so this is a way that we can make general announcements and give them all the information that they need to know as a class. And we'll put our tech tips and things in there. We've put them in the newsletters, but I've just been really impressed with the design skills of my students. They're so much better than I am. And so those are a couple. And then this was another one that one of my help desk students made, which I loved because I didn't ask her to do it. I usually let them decide what tech tips they want, they think are the most important to get out to the school community. And I loved that she chose this, of course, how to check out library books. And then we use OneNote at our school, and our help desk students were learning about some of the different features that maybe the broader school community didn't know about. And so I really loved this tech tip that one of my seniors made, and I thought he did such a good job. It's been marvelous. And then these are the banners that I was talking about. So in Canva for Education, it's called a Google Classroom banner, I think, but we've been using it for our Teams banners. So it's just so easy, and I just like, everybody loves a fun visual to get attention. And these are some recent posts that I've made for the one on, well, actually, both of them went into our school weekly newsletter. The one on the right with our statistics, I put on our library Instagram. So I just love how easy it is to create a social media post, and you don't have to try to figure out what the dimensions are, because it's all done for you. And we have a Christmas break reading challenge, and so I did all of that in Canva for Education, which was really nice. And I'm excited to see how many students completed the reading challenge. And these are just a couple of designs that I had. And then this is one that uses the Bitmoji that I was telling you about. That you can bring in your Bitmojis into the design space. And I try to post regularly what I'm reading. This is another library statistic. And then a couple of designs from this summer, and a menu that I actually got this idea, I think, from Future Ready Librarians Facebook page. And so I just loved the idea and designed something similar in Canva and put that out to our teachers. So let's hopefully that gives you some ideas of what you can do and what's possible. And I want to talk a little bit more about creating assignments with students, because I really love this process. So again, 3 ways you can send through Google Classroom or Teams. The first option is just to send it through Canva itself. And what happens is the student will get an email. So that's how I started off doing this process, because I wasn't quite sure how it all worked, and rather than just going through Teams, I just did it through Canva first. So I'll show you kind of what that looks like here. So there's if I wanted to assign this template, what you can do is you can send it as an assignment, and you do that by clicking the three dots and choosing assignment, but you can see all of the other choices there as well. And then what it does is it makes a copy for your student, and they get notified by email, and they it tells them that they have an assignment to do. But also, if they just log into Canva, there will be a notification that there's something for them to do. And then when they finish their assignment, they can send it to you to review. So this is a screen that shows you just it's all the classwork that has been done. And I've blacked out their names, but you can see I've approved these designs. But if what happens is you pull it up, and you can, check their spelling, because I tell them when we're putting something out to the community, it has to be perfect. We don't want spelling mistakes, and it needs to make sense. And so if there's a little mistake or something, I'll give them feedback, tell them what needs to be fixed, send it back to them. They get notification that it's been returned, and then they can fix it and then send it back to me, and I can review it. And again, you get emails with these things, but if you're not using email, if they log into Canva, they'll see the notification there. Or if you choose to go through Google Classroom or Teams, of course, you can review and grade all within those two platforms. And it's really great too, because I have access to all of this, and I can go back and use it at any time. So I wanted to mention the mobile app. This is something that I use quite a bit. I've even designed something straight in the mobile app because it's really easy to do. And it's a lot easier to post on social media through, on my phone. But I also have access to everything that's been done. So if it's, kind of a slow social media week, and I haven't posted in a while, and I'm not sure what I want to post, I can go look at all of the designs my students have made and just pick a tech tip that hasn't been posted yet. And I can do it all from my phone. So highly recommend that you get the mobile app and look at how to design, within that mobile app, or just be ready to post designs that have been created already from there. And then finally, what I wanted to give you access to is I made a Wakelet that has a lot of Canva for Education resources. You'll find links to instructions. Canva's Design School is in there. They have webinars. There's a link to their webinars. And then they have a Facebook group, a teacher Facebook group, or a Canva for Education Facebook group. So definitely, follow them there. I follow them on Twitter as well. And there's a lot of help out there to get started. And some of the instructions, like how to send out an assignment, I've actually linked to those instructions just for that in this Wakelet. So please make sure you grab that QR code or scan that QR code and get access to that. And I can also post it in the chat too. So I hope you got some ideas, and if you have anything that you use it for that I didn't mention, please share in the chat, because it takes a village, and we learn from each other. And I just wanted to share the good news, because, like I said, I just found out this summer that there was an education part. So I'll go grab that Wakelet link just in case the QR code was weird or something, or you couldn't grab it. And thank y'all so much for letting me talk about Canva for Education.
I learned so much, Melanie, because so I'm obsessed with Canva, but you talked about features. Like, I've been using Canva for years. You talked about features I never even looked at. So like teams and the classes, like I'm really excited about that. I was like
Yay.
furiously writing down notes, not like I can go back and watch this, but I'm still like furiously writing down notes and things. And like Susie said in the chat, they keep adding so many features. And one of my favorite additions is that they added, because I used to do things in front of the green screen. And now they added the feature where you can put a picture of someone in and you can erase the background. So if I want to do green screen, but like I don't feel like getting up my green screen, it's like so easy now. You can just erase the background. And I was going to show everybody. Let me share.
Thank you for saying that, because I forgot about that, removing the background feature.
And I forget about it sometimes too. And then I remember, I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. I just want to show everybody. I use it for everything. Like on our, this is our library website. I made this banner for it. Like I go and make these little, well, I don't even know just a little image, but everything I post on Instagram is like Canva, like everything. Like you can go through, you could just see, I get Canva happy. like everything.
You're really good.
I've made, but I didn't even know about half these features you were talking about. I'm so excited about it. I'm trying to see if there was a green screen picture where I removed people from the background. No, I guess I could have actually looked at this before I started talking about it. No, I don't see one, but I use it for everything. I even like on my Twitter ribbon at the top, I use Canva. So seriously, I use it for pretty much everything. But if anybody has any questions for Melanie, let us know in the comments section. I did want to say that this webinar, the video will be housed at the same link. So if you want to go back and look at it, it's the same link. Please share it with any and all educators. Melanie is graciously presenting for Louisiana Association of School Librarians, but our webinars are free and we offer them to anybody. So you can share them with other school librarians, other educators, and share these. The slide deck, the presentation is in the YouTube description. It is also a bit.ly at the front. You should be able to go back and you can grab that Wakelet again if you need to. If you, while I have your attention here for this webinar, I will say if you are in Louisiana and you would like to attend our town hall, we are having a town hall on January 6th to talk about how we can support school librarians in Louisiana. And LASL has some cool information we want to share with you from the Louisiana Department of Education, and we want to help get your questions and comments. We also have a website. So on our website, you'll see all of our webinars. So this one, that Melanie just did will be on our website. You can click it at any time. We have a webinar playlist on YouTube. We also post often on Facebook and Twitter about our webinars. And we'd also like to, while I have your attention again, I'd also like to invite you to our webinar on January 19th. We have a special guest, Dustin Hensley, who is a library journal mover and shaker from Tennessee. And Dustin and his former student, Veronica, are going to be with us. And they're going to talk about school libraries, relationship building, and belonging. So I can't wait for that. We are going to be also posting a few more of our 5-minute tips webinars. So if you have an idea that you would like for a 5-minute tips or a full webinar, something you'd like to see, or maybe you'd like to present, all you have to do is visit our website and email us. It's, I want to say it's like golasl@gmail.com. Our email address is on our website. But I want to thank Melanie again. I learned so much. Lovey, our president, was texting me. She was learning so much too. She had to run, but she was texting me that she was learning so much too. So we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again, Melanie. You are welcome to present at any time on any topic you ever want to present on.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right. Well, since there's no questions, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.